Tack allihopa för bra härjande.
Vi lägger väl upp lite bilder och så sen ikväll.
Ja. So here are the ferries between Jungfrusund on the right and Slagsta on the left. And I paddled here once or twice before, only in winter I think. And at that point there was ice further south in this canal here. So I really couldn't paddle further south, nor could my friend. So this is the first time that I'll be able to paddle further south here. I've only paddled maybe 1 kilometer or even half a kilometer into this area here. So that's gonna be fun. And there should be a more narrow passage that I haven't actually seen, but I've heard good things of. So it should be fun to paddle. And it's been a fantastic day with other paddlers from the folding and inflatable kayak community. In this case we only had inflatable kayaks and one pack raft. And we ended up being 9 paddlers. Many, or there were quite a number who wanted to join, but had other commitments, or they were traveling, or whatever schedule impossibilities. So we ended up with this number of paddlers, which was kind of perfect for the trip. One paddler actually is on the west coast right about now, paddling in one of the awesome archipelagos there. So he might have had an even better day, probably has. But for us, with this weather, I mean, this couldn't have gone better. So we had Erika and Don-Erik Westerlind, Don-Erik's YouTube channel you might be familiar with from previous videos. If not, here's the link. And they showed up from Sandviken to paddle and well, to join this trip, and we're most welcome. And we had Jason, who was paddling one of his first paddles really with his Moki 1 Arctic kayak. Did a good job, but that's a long paddle. We did almost 10 kilometers for a beginning paddler. So he did a good job. And then we had one paddler with a dog, so there were 6 legs in that kayak, and the little dog did fantastic in terms of being very calm on the kayak and just enjoying the water. So we all had a great time, and that's what this is all about. We had maybe 17 degrees today, but because of the sunny weather it felt like much more than that. And ultimately it was a really warm day. We had a fantastic lunch spot up on Kungshatt Island, the King's Hat Island, and the view from there is just impressive. So that was nice. I hadn't actually seen that before myself. And then ultimately we had a small break on another island. We had some view over the Drottningholm Palace, the Royal Palace or residence, and just generally had a great time on the water. Good company, amazing weather, and again, it's not really supposed to be this warm in mid-September, but it is. And I've been saying for a few paddles now that this might be the last t-shirt paddle, but clearly at least today was another one. And here on the lake water side of the freshwater side of Stockholm County, on Lake Mälaren, a huge lake, the water is still warm enough that I'm not feeling the need to use a dry suit yet, whereas on seawater on the other side out in the archipelago it's sort of most likely the time for dry suit usage from here on out, or quite soon, depending on the circumstances. But this, as we said, was an amazing way to kind of end or charge batteries ahead of the colder season, and we sure did that today. This was just so nice, and for me, of course, the paddling trip is not over yet. I still have maybe 8 kilometers to go, so an hour and a half perhaps, and I'll be seeing some areas I haven't seen before. This I have seen, and over there right in front of me right now, where there's something yellow over there, that's where we met up with, well, I and a friend, with a third friend, back in the winter, and there was ice by the beach at that point. Obviously there isn't at this point, and I'm going to head further in this direction. And when I reach a little bit into the passage there, I will be in new territory for paddling. So this should be fun. I think this is now further than I paddled here before, and as I continue, it's all going to be new ground, covered, the new waters covered, whatever you say. And there we have the car ferry coming over from the other side. So this is Slagsta, and on the other side is Jungfrusund. And it was sunset the last time I was here. I am a little bit earlier, or I might be later even. in the day, but of course it was winter then, so the sun would have set sooner. So I'm here anyway, a bit more time before the sun sets. I'm gonna paddle over on the other side. So yeah, I've never seen really this view before from a kayak. I'm gonna be heading under that bridge. Alright, so I just changed back to a paddle jacket again after a really warm day. Now the sun is down. Well, it hasn't set yet, but it's below the horizon mostly. So at this point I am going to be in the shadow for the most part, which means that a paddle jacket will be quite nice to have on. It's a little bit chillier now. As soon as the sun disappeared a bit, then you could feel this. But most of the day today has been in a t-shirt, and that has been fantastic to be doing in mid-September. It's really nice actually. Subway over there, the metro. Right, so this whole area is new for me. Alright, so it is perfectly calm on the water here as I'm heading onwards. The sun is setting. There's almost kind of a rainbow and a spectrum in the clouds there. Just, yeah, there is a beginning of a rainbow, although I haven't actually seen any rain. A really relaxed stretch of water here. Over there you can see the ski slopes, which would be active in winter. Quite a high hill there. And I'm paddling further south at this point to explore areas that I haven't really seen before. Tjena, tjena. Eller hur? Helt suveränt alltså. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe in order to stay updated on new videos and help others find information on this channel. Happy paddles!